Hello everyone and welcome to
Home for
Breakfast. My name is Rickson.
And I'm Jolene.
And so Joe, I have a question for you. So what comes to mind when you think about Holland Village?
When I think of Holland Village, I think of like chill cafes, good vibe, lively bars at night. I think it got a good mix of like old charm with modern vibes, a neighborhood that feels alive.
Yeah, but to me it's a little bit different. So when I think about Holland Village, it just gives me this 1960s vibes, like this kind of heritage vibes. Yeah, but I agree with what you've mentioned. Yeah, when especially when one Holland Village has been built, yeah, the whole location actually just become more vibrant, more lively. Yeah, so it's a total opposite of what I've just mentioned. So I think with one Holland Village being built at Holland Village itself, the entire area just become more lively.
And y'all know what's really exciting? It's like coming out right here in the heart of all of it. There's a brand new development known as Skye at Holland, right smack in Holland Village itself. And the preview is coming out really soon, 26 September to 7 October.
That's right. So today we'll be talking all about Skye at Holland. Yeah, we'll be talking about the unit mix, yeah, how many units are there available, what's the predictive price point just for you guys. And overall, after all this video, you see whether Skye at Holland is suitable for you or not.
So let's go!
Let's go! Alright, so let's dive into details, starting with project information. Okay, so as we all know, the project name is Skye at Holland. Yeah, so it is a 99-year leasehold property and it comprises of 2 towers of 666 units. So this project actually comprises of 8 different type of units. Okay, we have the 2-bedder, we have the 2-bedder premium, 2-bedder premium study, 3-bedder, 3-bedder premium, 4-bedder with private lift, 4-bedder private lift, 4-bedder premium with private lift, and also lastly the 5-bedder premium with private lift. Okay, so for the 2-bedders, right, it actually accounts for 55% of the overall units. So Skye at Holland is developed by 4 developers and they are CapitaLand, UOL Group, Singapore Land Group, and also King Leong Company.
Actually, all these 4 developers, right, that you have mentioned are pretty big time top tiers like developers itself, because they have developed a lot of renowned projects, for example, recent like Lindenwood's, Upper House, and more. So here are some of their track records. So firstly, like CapitaLand has a global portfolio itself, and recently they launched Lindenwood's that sold over 9% as of today itself. And you know King Leong itself, actually, they're very renowned for prestigious project itself. For example, like Nassim Park, 21 Anderson. We also have UOL. UOL is also one of the leading developer, pretty renowned in Singapore, and they did a lot of recent projects such as Upper House, Waterton, Parktown, Mayor Blue, and more. So maybe, Rickson, do you know that BCA has a new like banding system since 2023?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so BCA actually introduced this banding system that it actually gives builders this grading system to grade their quality of work. Band 1 being excellent, then band 6 being poor. Yeah, so it's like a study but for developers study grades for developers And good to share with you guys. UOL actually achieved band 1, okay, giving the buyer strong assurance of their quality of workmanship and assurance also. Okay, so I always tell my clients that, 买家不是买菜. Okay, buying a property is a huge commitment. It's not like buying vegetable from the market. Okay, so why am I actually saying this? Yeah, it is to assure you, with great confidence that most of the projects that are being built by the developers are profitable. Okay, so we just look at these 5 newly TOP projects by UOL. Now from here you can actually see that there is actually 0 unprofitable properties. Not only for the recent launches, actually all these projects that has been shown to you guys, they actually perform pretty well also. Okay, with Upper House actually sold at 54%, now up to Parktown Residences actually sold more than 87% right now already. Okay, so with such a solid history of good track record, and their reputation, the buyers can actually purchase this property with a peace of mind.
Yeah. So maybe let's talk a little bit about the architect and builder for Skye itself also. So the landscape architect is actually Henning Lawson. So maybe some of you are quite foreign to this name itself, but Henning Lawson is actually a very reputable landscape architect. He's actually one of the world leading architect and landscaping designer. And he is also specialized in blending architect with nature itself. So you can expect the landscaping and facilities of Skye Holland at a top-notch kind of quality. And some of the projects that they have done is actually Bishan, Ang Park, Jurong Lake Garden, and even like Mayor House and also Pine Tree Hill.
Like you like to blend nature, with structures, everything like. So
Yeah.
that's pretty nice. Yeah, I really love it.
And also the architect behind this development is actually P&T Group. So this is actually Asia's oldest and largest architectural firm itself. So they have done like reflections at Keppel Bay, Marina Bay Sands, the sale at Marina Bay. We also have Wall Hub, who is the builder of this development. They are also an award winning. They also is the Singapore's most trusted and established builder. And they have done like Jewel, Garden by the Bay, Reflections. Yeah.
Next up, let's talk about Locale. Okay, so we all know where Holland Village is. Yeah, but where exactly is Skye Holland? Okay, so which region actually this project is based in? Okay, so Holland Village is actually located in District 10, which is the central region of Singapore. And over the past 10 years, the average property price growth is actually around 66%. Yeah, meaning if you were to invest $1 million in, your return is about 660,000. 2 million, you'll be 1.32 million, so on and so forth. So, central region of Singapore mainly comprises of 5 districts, which are District 9, 10, 11, 1, and 2. And out of these 5 districts, District 10 actually outperforms the rest as there are very strong local demand, and it is actually home to 33 out of 39 GCBs in Singapore.
Yeah, so I think that a lot of local family actually stays within the District 10 itself because I think educations, there are a lot of good schools around also, and it's a very localized demand there. So the address for Skye Holland is actually 2 Holland Village Way and 6 Holland Village Way. It's literally at Holland Village itself. So just next door to 1 Holland Village and around 3 to 5 minutes walk to the MRT. Location, convenience wise, this is the best of the best in my opinion. Okay. So speaking of convenience, Holland Village is actually around 3 minutes walk to Holland Village MRT itself. So we can access the Circle Line. So using the Circle Line itself, 1 stop you can reach Buona Vista where you can change to East-West Line, 3 stops to Botanic Garden which you can change to Downtown Line, 5 stops to Bishan MRT where you can change to North-South Line, 3 stops to Caldecott MRT where you can use the Thomson East Coast Line, 8 stops to Harbourfront MRT where you can use the Purple Line, North-East Line. Yes, correct. So I was thinking that
station,
correct. This allows you to actually transit to other lines pretty easy. And also mention that Skye Holland is just next to 1 Holland Village. So what exactly is 1 Holland Village? So 1 Holland Village is actually a mixed-use development and it's actually one of the largest pet-friendly mall in Singapore. So it is like I think they have a residential development there and beside is the commercial part. So they have a lot of retail stores, groceries, areas, food, everything. And you can bring your pets over there.
Yeah, previously I stayed near 1 Holland Village itself. I go there almost every week. Really, there's a lot of pets, a lot of cats and dogs. Yeah, so I think what Jolene said is correct. Yeah, I think it's just a different feeling to be living there. Very nice, very vibrant. Yeah.
And I think Holland Village is more than like just the address itself. Beside 1 Holland Village, I think Holland Village itself is pretty quite a lifestyle and vibrant hub. They also have a lot of like daily needs such as their salon, spa, dental clinic, pet shop, supermarket, a lot of dining options there already.
So staying at Skye Holland is like living in a small bustling town filled with activities. Okay, but what if you want to escape from it? Yeah, what if you want a little relaxing time, be one with the nature? So there are actually a lot of green spaces around Skye Holland. So if you look at this map, you are actually minutes away from the rail corridor. So if you want to go hiking, no problem. And you're actually also minutes away from Botanic Gardens also. So next up, to all my mummies and daddies out there, this will be important for you. Yeah, so you're actually within 1 to 2 km radius of Henry Park Primary, Nanyang Primary, Fairfield Methodist Primary, and Newtown Primary School. And for the other schools that are within the radius, they are Singapore Poly, ACS International, and ACJC. So District 10 is also one of Singapore education belt. Yeah, so it's home to many top schools. So it's a big draw for families and investors. So here's a slide that actually covers the connectivity of schools via MRT. So you have one stop to ACJC, St. Margaret Secondary, 2 stops to Singapore Poly, and 5 stops to Methodist Girl Primary, and etc. etc.
So after talking about the locale, let's talk a little bit about Skye at Holland entry price. I think the official price is not released yet, but based on the information we have, it seems really promising and attractive. So let's understand how much the land was sold for and also how much we expect it to be launched. We'll be doing a little bit of comparisons and use some past transactions as a reference itself.
So this will be actually like a practice educational video for you guys to allow you guys to understand how we actually see prices based on the landed bid price and what's our prediction.
Yeah. So Vixen, let's have a little mini game. Okay, so over here we have 5 different projects for you to choose from. So based on this, if you're not a property agent, which project will you go for?
Okay, this part I never see before. Okay, so if it's me, if I'm not a property agent, okay, to me family important. I stay in the east, so I'll go for Pasir Ris 8 . But I see you wrote here lower land cost equals to bigger buyer profits. Actually, what does it actually mean?
Okay, well, before I talk about the profit, let me share how their take-up rate was like during the launch. So both Penrose and Pasir Ris 8, right, they have the lowest land cost and they perform pretty well during their launch as compared to the other 3 projects. I think the buyers in the market nowadays, they also know how land price is being bidded and how they will eventually fare also. So when the price is right, value becomes obvious and then that's when sales take off. So congrats, Rickson. You've earned around 34.5%.
Yeah, but if only I really buy it. Yeah, so okay. So actually now I see it clearer already and I understand what you mean by, lower land cost equals to bigger buyer profits.
Yeah, so actually you see this graph itself, right? So Penrose and Midwood, they launched pretty close to each other, like Penrose around 1,500 XPSF and Midwood around 1,600 XPSF. But after that, in 2025, you can see that the growth itself is pretty big difference because Midwood now is only 1,009, whereas Penrose is around 2,002. So eventually, these 2 projects, Penrose and Pasir Ris 8, have seen a much higher profit itself.
Okay.
So based on this table, right, for CCR projects, you can see that actually Skye at Holland land price is actually the cheapest. Okay, so Rickson, based on our mini game, right, how do you think Skye at Holland will fare?
Yeah, I think it will fare pretty good lah. I mean, based on what you say, based on the lower land bid price, yeah, I think this is the opportunity for everyone. To actually purchase a property in a prime location at a discounted price. So I think it's a no-brainer. I think Skye at Holland will fare very, very well.
Yeah, because it was bidded at 1,285 PSF PPR, which is I would say a very rare and undervalued kind of price in today's market, especially for CCR. So if you were to compare with One Holland Village, which was sold in 2018, it was sold at 1,888 PSF.
Fine.
So compared to Skye at Holland, which is 1,285, right, it's almost like a 32% discount. Yeah. And in July 2025, maybe to share a little bit about what are the other plots of land being bidded recently, was that in July 2025, Simlian actually submitted a top bid of 1,432 PSF PPR for Holland Link GRS. So, Vincent, do you know where Holland Link is located at?
I don't know.
Okay, it's around here itself, but it's not near the MRT. It's not near the conveniences, but the land price is much higher already. Yeah, so if you realize, right, for Skye at Holland, it's so much closer to conveniences, MRT and stuff, yet the land price is much lower than the Holland Link land price itself. I would say that it's pretty rare and undervalued right now.
Okay, so if we were to look at the units sold at One Holland Village, okay, the resale units has already been transacted at 2008, 2009 PSF. And there's even one unit that actually transacted over 4,000 PSF.
Yeah.
Now, this is inclusive of the 6% harmonization that we calculated. Yeah, so there is actually a high probability that Skye at Holland will be launching at around 2007 PSF. Okay, this is based on our understanding. Based on our understanding. Okay, so post-harmonization, in which below resale price at One Holland Village, which makes this actually very, very attractive. So from what you've shared, One Holland Village has actually been transacted, and there is one unit which is at level 25 itself that's sold at 4,000 PSF. This just shows that there's really demand for Holland Village itself.
Yeah, and with Skye's attractive entry pricing coupled with a strong pricing advantage compared to nearby project, it looks like this development tends to stand out like quite an exceptional opportunity. So I think beyond just looking at the entry price and comparing with nearby resale development, I think it's also important to ask, can I exit safely? I think, is there a good exit strategy? So Rickson, what do you think the exit plans will look like for buyers?
Okay, so when buying a property, right, it's not just about buying what you want, what you like, okay, and what you are looking for. The most important thing that I always tell my client, I also tell myself, is actually the exit strategy. Okay, so what does this mean and why? Because real estate is a long-term commitment. And market can actually shift. And a clear exit plan actually ensures you that when it's time to sell, to upgrade or to even cash out, you can actually do it with confidence. And then do it with confidence with minimal risk, and also potentially getting you back a strong return as well. Alright, let's dive even deeper onto what the exit strategy plan can be for Skye at Holland. So here are 3 powerful demand pools driving Skye at Holland future exit. Okay, number 1, the prestigious Holland neighborhood. And number 2, the prime HDB estate. And number 3, the One North employment hub. So just by looking at Postal District 26 and 27, you have more than 5,000 landed properties. And it is a locale where you see transactions for landed properties that hit over $10 million, and for private condos, they actually transacted over $5 million. So for these prime landed and private enclaves, aren't just your regular neighbors. Okay, they can be your future resale demand, and they can be buyers who want the right size to the right property, or perhaps buy for their own children next time to stay near there. So Skye is also strategically close to One North employment hub. So One North alone has a workforce of about 50,000 people, and while Singapore Science Park adds another 12,000 and projected to grow to 21,000 once Geneo is fully operational. And recently, Lindenwood at Singapore Science Park actually sold more than 90% on its launch day. So this is actually a clear sign of strong housing demand within the area. But within the area, the supply is only 5,000 units. And with very limited supply. So basic economics, supply and demand low. So where the prices will go, y'all just think about it. Hence, with Holland Village just a few stops away, Skye is actually well positioned to capture this demand. So Jolene, apart from all these demand pools from the landed and private enclaves, One North and also Singapore Science Park, what are another key group of buyers, or where will the other demands will be involved over here?
Of course, another demand pool will definitely be the HDB upgraders in this area itself. I think around Skye at Holland, there are many prime HDB clusters such as Ghim Moh, Queenstown, Clementi, and Ghim Moh has over like 11,000 prime flats itself, like Queenstown over 5,000 flats. So in terms of their resale transaction itself, for instance, Ghim Moh 4 rooms average around 1 million, 5 room reach 1.28, and even like Dover Garden 5 room already transacted up to 1.55 million. So family in these areas, right, they often like look to upgrade after their MOP period, and we want to upgrade to somewhere near to the areas that they used to stay because of convenience, and even because like this area itself, there's a lot of good schools. So they will prefer to stay in an education belt also. So maybe a little bit bonus before we talk about the project facilities and floor plan. I think if you are an investor looking to buy and also rent out in the future, besides that we are surrounded with schools and MRT conveniences, I think being near to One North and also Singapore Science Park and even Orchard also has an edge for us also, because Singapore Science Park itself is home to like 350,000 of like laboratories, MNC, as well as global leading tech companies. So you can see like Grab, Shopee, DSO, all are located there. So they are also one of the most desired tenants profile in the market itself. And also just by looking at One Holland Village, Linden Green, and Hill on Holland. Okay, these are some of the resale development in Holland Village, which are much newer, I would say. And the demand for the rental is pretty high, I would say. The average PSF is crossing as high as 7.57 for One Holland Village, since it's much closer to MRT and conveniences. So you can see that people actually tend to willing to pay a slightly premium just to stay close to MRT and conveniences. So now that we have covered like Skye's entry price analysis and also the exit strategy, let's move on to the exciting part, okay? The project, site plan, facilities, and floor plan. Let's go!
Go! Alright, let's dive even deeper into Skye at Holland. We'll go through with you guys the site plan, floor plan, and how many and the units available. Okay, so here's the site plan for Skye at Holland. Yeah, it actually comprises of 2 blocks of 40-story units. And for the facing of the units, it's either you're facing the northwest region, which is facing the GCB area. If not, looking at southeast, which is overlooking the One Holland Village itself and also towards the city area. Okay, so for the landscape deck, it's located at the 3rd story, which is raised approximately 9 meters from road level. And the first residential unit is actually approximately 20 meters above road level. So car park allocation at Skye is pretty generous. Yeah, with 2 basement levels and 2 car park stories. Yeah, and this provides a total lots of 666. Yeah, which is effectively 1-to-1 allocation. Yeah, which is pretty impressive, yeah, for a development so close to MRT.
Yeah.
You still have a 1-to-1 allocation for parking lots.
Yeah, and on top of that, Skye is thoughtfully designed with a wide range of facilities. There are 3 swimming pools also, 50-meter lap pool, kids pool, leisure pool. You also will find function room, entertainment room, gym, BBQ, pavilion spread throughout the development. What I like a little bit about the facilities is that they tap quite a lot of facilities at the other corner itself that's not directly facing the units itself. So I would say that residents still won't feel that it's too noisy and stuff also. And here's the impressions of the arrival plaza. So you can see there's a main ingress and egress. You also have another entrance along Holland Drive. And here's also the 15-meter lap pool for the artist impression. The landscape deck is elevated, so you have potential views of the GCB from the deck itself also. Okay, one fun fact is that the Skye Clubhouse is designed like a good class bungalow. I think they're trying to mix with the GCB.
Yeah,
vibe.
actually quite nice. It looks
Yeah.
I think it's very nice.
Correct. So they create like a multiple level design. So it gives the clubhouse a little bit more like spacious, luxurious, unique feel compared to the typical condo facilities. So since we are surrounded by the landed and private enclave, how is the view going to be like?
So actually the views at Skye Holland will be very, very impressive and unblocked. Okay, so the units that are facing northwest will be overlooking the prestigious GCB area. Yeah, while those that are facing the southeast will enjoy the Holland Village and CBD or city area, giving a sense of openness and privacy as well. Yeah, so for those who wants to enjoy a quieter life, away from the CBD area where you're working. Yeah, so perhaps the units that are facing the GCB will be suitable for you. Yeah. However, if you're a person like me, I love skyscraper. I love to have a city view. I love to see fireworks during festive season. Yeah, I think the southeast facing units will be suitable for you.
Yeah, I think both facing are pretty good, pretty unblocked also. So I think that the way they positions the unit facing is not too bad. And even the inner facing, right? You're actually seeing the leisure pool itself, and you still get pocket views of the GCB area or the One Holland Village CBD area itself.
Yep, correct. Now let's go into the floor plan. Okay, so for the 2 bedders, okay, we have 3 variations for you guys to consider. 2-bedroom premium and 2-bedroom premium plus study. Okay, so as mentioned before, for 2 bedders, it actually comprises 55% of the entire project itself. Yeah, so let's see what's the difference between these 3 variations. Okay, first up, we have the B1 unit, type B1 unit, which is at stack 18. Yeah, this is actually 581 square feet. It is inward facing towards the leisure pool, sun lounge area. And this layout is what we call the dumbbell layout, where you have the rooms tucked at both sides of the room. So it actually potentially form a dumbbell shape. Okay, so the good thing about this layout, is actually, there's actually no wastage of space. So meaning whatever space you get in the unit, it is well utilized. Yeah, so this is actually perfect for investors. And in fact, my first property that I invested is actually a dumbbell unit. Yeah, and I love it so much. Yeah. So so this kind of layout usually is ideal and perfect for investors because it's like buying every square foot of the property. Yeah, is all well accounted for. So next up for type B2, okay, we have the same layout and size as the previous one. However, what's different in this is the facing. Okay, this is located actually at stack 15 and it actually oversees the city area. So for both B1 and B2, yeah, it's a 2-bed plus 1 unit. So for both B1 and B2 unit, this is actually a 2 plus 1 bath unit. Okay, so next up, we have 4 stacks of 2-bedroom premium. Okay, so for type BP1, the 2-bedder premium. Okay, BP1 is actually located at stack 5, overseeing the GCB area. And for BP2, yeah, it is actually at stack 2, facing the leisure pool area. Okay, so both layouts are pretty similar, still a dumbbell unit, and it actually comes with open concept L-shaped kitchen. And both sides are similar too, which is at 667 square feet. For BB3, and that's where there are some changes to the unit. Okay, so BB3 is actually located at stack 11, inwards facing towards the leisure pool also. Okay, size slightly bigger at 678 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath. However, the kitchen right now is tucked at one side. Yeah, so the previous previous units, right, they actually have open concept kitchen. One is a long kitchen and one is the L-shaped kitchen. Yeah, whereas for BP3 and also for BP4, in which I will show you later, they have what we actually call an enclosable kitchen. Okay, so the layout is pretty similar for BP4. Okay, size at 678 square feet. Yeah, enclosable kitchen, and this is actually facing the city or the CBD area. Okay, so for the bigger 2-bedder layouts, okay, we have the 2+ study for you guys. Okay, first up is the BPS1. Okay, located at stack 7. Yeah, facing the GCB area. So what changes for this 2+ study? There is actually the study room, which is actually located at the master bedroom if you were to look at the floor plan. Yeah, so there's actually 3 ways to go about this layout. Yeah, so number 1, you can actually knock down the walls, you know, and then expand your master bedroom to make it even bigger. Yeah, or number 2, you cover up the walls and potentially, you know, have another bedroom for this area. Or number 3, you leave it status quo and then use it as a proper study room. Yeah, so that's for BPS1. For BPS2, it is also sized as 732 square feet. Yeah, there's 2 stacks of it actually. It's located side by side, stack 1 and stack 10. Yeah, their facing is actually at the leisure pool area, inwards facing, and their layout is the same. So it's mirrored from one another. So for BPS3, it is actually the biggest 2+ study Skye at Holland offers, sized at 743 square feet. This 2+ study layout is what we call a conventional or traditional layout, you know, where we have the walkway to our bedrooms, that in which you will see in majority of the 3-bedders and above. Yeah, so for BPS3, it's located at stack 6, overseeing the Holland GCB area. So your study area is located actually at your doorstep. So if you want to probably convert this area, you know, into a storage area, or maybe customize a Murphy bed, yeah, to that area, you can actually potentially convert it to let's say a helper's room or maybe a guest room or so.
Yeah.
So that's all for the 2-bedders layout.
I think the 2-bedroom layout itself, right, and where the units are being allocated, right, they actually have a fair share of all the different views. I think some of them you actually see a GCB or the inner facing or even a city view. So buyers out there, you have a few variation to choose from depending on the preference of the view that you prefer. Yeah.
So 55% units of 2-bedders only, huh?
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the bigger unit size. So for 3-bedroom type, we actually have 2 variations, which is 3-bedroom and 3-bedroom premium. So for 3-bedroom, there's 2 types, C1 and C2. They are both of the same size, 85 square meter, which is 915 square feet. So for C1, right, it's actually at stack 16, facing the One Holland Village and CBD view. Okay, it has a more traditional layout itself, where all the rooms are actually like tucked at one corner. So as you come into the unit, it has a private foyer, giving you a little bit more privacy. For C2, it's actually almost the same layout, 85 square meter and 915 square feet itself. The difference is actually at the entrance foyer. Okay, one is actually, I would say it's much smaller. The other one is much longer itself, okay? But it's narrower. So as you come to the unit, Similarly, it also gives you quite a little bit of private foyer itself. And for the view, it's actually at stack 12, so facing the leisure pool itself, and you do get a pocket view of the GCB. So for 3-bedroom premium, there is also two types, CP1 and CP2. Both are actually at same size, 100 square meter, which is 1076 square feet itself. So for CP1, it's actually located at stack 3. Okay, so it's actually also facing the leisure pool, and you do get a pocket view of the Holland Village and also the city CBD view. It has a much longer dry kitchen space and a shorter entrance foyer itself. For CP2, the layout is almost the same. The difference is actually the entrance foyer and the dry kitchen segment itself. So CP2 is also at stack 13 and facing the Holland Village and CBD view. So for 4-bedroom types, we actually have two variations, which is 4-bedroom and 4-bedroom premium. Okay, both types actually comes with private lift. Okay, so for 4-bedroom, there's two types, D1 and D2. Both are actually same size, 115 square meter, which is 1238 square feet. For D1, it's actually at stack 9, inner facing, and does get the Holland Village and CBD pocket view also. For D2, it's at stack 17, inner facing the leisure pool, and do get pocket view of the GCB view also. The layout is almost the same. The difference is actually the home shelter, where is it located at also, and the kitchen space. And next, for the 4-bedroom premium type, there's only one variation, and it does come with a private lift. So it's of a good size of 136 square meter, which is 1464 square feet, and it's located at stack 4. This gets like a pretty unblocked perfect view of the GCB area. Okay, so this unit also do have an extra junior master bedroom as compared to the previous 4-bedroom. Not only that, the living dining space is of a landscape kind of layout itself. The previous one was more on the portrait. And even in the kitchen space, it's much more spacious, and you can oversee the whole living space and balcony view also. Lastly, for 5-bedroom premium type, we only have one variation, and it does come with a private lift too. It's of a good size of 164 square meter, which is 1765 square feet, located at stack 8. Similarly, block perfect view of the GCB. Okay, the living dining and kitchen space is pretty similar to the 4-bedroom premium, and this unit type also comes with a junior master. What are some of the key differences? Both bedroom 3 and 4 share the same common bathroom, and you do have a walk-in wardrobe in the master bedroom, and also a bathroom. You have your his and her sink. I would say all the floor plans layout is pretty efficient, and you have quite a different variation to choose from also.
Yeah, so I think for me, I would prefer the 4-bedder, because probably because of the layout. It's a landscape layout, so when I enter the house at time, it actually feels very big, very grand, and also I have a very fantastic view.
Yeah. So after seeing all the floor plans and site plan and everything, I think this is where it gets a little bit exciting. I think many of us will want to know, okay? Which is actually, what is the pricing going to be like, okay? So this is an estimated price matrix that we have done. Do note, this is not the official price matrix from the developer. We have done this so that you can have a rough gauge of the price range itself. So 2-bedroom, we project that it may start from 1.5x million. 3-bedroom, estimate 2.4x million. 4-bedroom, projected estimate 3.3x million. Lastly, 5-bedroom, estimate from 4.7x million itself. So looking at the current CCR new launch market itself, in terms of the lowest quantum in the market, if we were to use the estimation that I just shared just now for Skye Holland, you can see as right now in the market, the lowest quantum for 2-bedroom is actually River Green, which is at 1.75 million, which is much higher than what we projected for the 2-bedroom for Skye Holland. And also the 3-bedroom, the lowest quantum is actually at Oral, which is 2.6, also slightly higher than what we projected. And also for 4-bedroom, it's actually River Green at 3.4. So if you were to see, actually you can get Skye Holland, the entry price, if you were to price starting for 2.7 XX PSF, I think it's quite attractive.
So let's compare Skye Holland, a CCR development, with RCR projects also. So in the RCR market right now, in terms of the lowest quantum in the market, a 2-bedder, your units at One Marina Gardens, start at around 1.813 million. A 3-bedder at One Marina Gardens actually starts from 2.471 million. And a 4-bedder at the Ori, it is starting from 3.405 million.
Oh, so it's quite similar.
Yeah, it's pretty quite similar, but I think if I can purchase I can purchase a property in Holland Village itself, I think it will be much better lah. I mean, that's my opinion. Okay, so let's look at OCR comparison. So there may be a potential that you can buy Skye at Holland, at a similar price at OCR development also. So right now in the OCR market, the cheapest two-bedder is actually at Hillock Green, which is at 1.618 million. The three-bedder is at Lentoria, which is at 2.112 million, and also a four-bedroom at Norwood Grand starting from 2.616 million. Yeah, so seeing how Skye estimated pricing versus the inventory that's remaining in the market, especially in the CCR, RCR, and OCR area, this actually positions Skye at Holland's estimated pricing as one of the most attractive quantum opportunities currently available in the CCR area. Yeah, so for your information, we've seen transactions crossing over 3,000 PSF after factoring the post-harmonization. In both OCR and RCR, if Skye at Holland launches at an estimated 2,007 PSF, averaging around, let's say, 2,009 to 3,000 PSF, it becomes a sweet spot and compelling opportunities for buyers to actually enter into a prime CCR location.
I think even when we look at the very recent land prices itself, I think the numbers tells a very interesting story. So in the CCR, Dunn actually sold recently at 1410 PSF PPR, and Holland Lane, which I mentioned earlier, the video itself is at 1432 PSF, while Skye is estimated at only, it was sold at 1285 PSF PPR. And in OCR, right, Bayshore was sold at 1388 PSF PPR, and Chuan Grove was at 1376 PSF. So with this upcoming CCR and OCR, even OCR land price is going like higher than Skye at Holland already. So could Skye at Holland be a last chance to enter the CCR at such a attractive price? Yeah.
So for those people that last time always say, 早知道买, I should have bought it last time. Okay, no excuses already. Okay, Skye at Holland is the perfect property and perfect opportunity for you guys to enter into a attractively priced, or we can say a discounted property price in our opinion lah.
Yeah, it has this attribute of integrated lifestyle development, which is like you have your MRT, your conveniences around your area itself, and you do have like schools in the District 10 education belt also. So let's talk a little bit about the finances and timeline, how it works for a new launch payment itself. So assuming if you're buying Skye at Holland and the booking day is on 11 October, okay? So on 11 October, if you like the house that you have chosen, you decided to purchase it, you have to pay a 5% booking fee on the spot, and this is in cash itself, okay? And after that, within the next 2 weeks, developer law firm will actually deliver sales and purchase agreement to your law firm, which is by 24th October itself. After which, when they receive, they will notify the buyer itself, which is you, and you have to actually go down to your law firm to do the paperwork. So by 14 November, which is within 3 weeks after they receive the sales and purchase agreement, okay, you need to go to the law firm to exercise your document itself. Okay, so after you're exercising, you have 2 weeks to pay your stamp duty, which is by 28 November itself. And your stamp duty can actually use CPF or cash itself. Yeah, and for the 15% exercise fee, which is by 5th December, which is usually 8 weeks from the booking day. The booking day is on 11 October. So by 5th December, you need to pay your 15% exercise fee itself. So you realize that usually this scenario, I'm assuming that the buyer is able to take 75% loan itself, okay? So usually down payment is 25%. So you have your 5% booking and a 15% exercise fee. Then there's a missing 5%.
Correct.
Yeah, so the missing 5% is actually the 5% foundation stage. So do remember, if you're planning to use your CPF itself, CPF can be used on buyer's stamp duty, and the remaining needs to earmark the 5% foundation stage first before the leftover can be used to pay for your 15% exercise fee. Okay, so after which, if foundation stage is not being caught, you will just wait.
Yep.
Yeah, and once foundation stage is caught, the amount that you have earmarked for your foundation 5% will be released. At the same time, your loan will start to kick in. And usually from foundation stage, once it's being caught and your loans is being kicked in, usually around 6 to 9 months, it will reach the next stage, which is frameworks, and another 6 to 9 months, it will reach the following stage, and after which is around 3 to 6 months. So usually from the foundation stage all the way to TOP stage is usually around 3 to 5 to 4 years. I would say before you TOP to collect your keys. After you collect your keys, usually you have around 1 year of defects liability period itself, and 9 to 12 months later, that's when CSC is being caught. We have covered quite a lot of portion today for our video itself, for the entry price, exit strategy, floor plan, projects, price analysis, and even did some financial for you guys to refer to. So if you are keen to actually take a look at Skye Holland, it's important to know the dates itself also. Okay, so just now I mentioned about the 11th October booking day. How did I derive that? Okay, so 26 September to 7 October is the preview period. Okay, so if you are keen to actually take a look, you can contact your preferred agent. You can contact us also to make a booking to come down to the show flat where we can show you guys around. But do note that it is not a sales process. Okay, it is a submit interest kind of thing. So if you are keen to actually submit your interest itself, you actually need to fill out a form and submit a blank check itself to get a number itself. After that, the cutoff is usually around 7 or 8 October for your register of interest. On 9 October, you will have the e-balloting. So based on your balloting number, the lower your number,
Yeah, the better it is.
the better it is.
So you can have your choice unit. Yeah, so over here, 9th October, you're looking at the e-ballot, so you'll be online balloting. Yeah, so we wish everyone the best. Yeah, so once you get your number already, so you just need to know when is your next slot lah. So over
Yeah.
here, you're looking at 10th October for
Which is-
priority and physical booking, and also 11th October, yeah, for physical booking by the e-ballot type
Yeah,
slot.
so why we have two different? The 11th October is the public.
Yes.
Yeah, 10th October, why we say it's a priority, usually is for the VIP agent purchase or multiple purchase, assuming your family, you are planning to purchase more than one unit for itself. Like maybe we are siblings and we decided to purchase one each. And it's usually one tier, which is like parents and kids or husband and wife. Yeah.
Yep. So if you guys want to have a look at Skye at Holland, you want to arrange for VVIP preview, you can just reach out to us. Yeah, we'll definitely be very, very happy to go through with you guys all the floor plans and also finances again. Yeah, to make sure that everything will go accordingly to plan. Also, hopefully to get your own dream home.
Yeah. So here are our contact numbers. So feel free to contact us. And with that, we have come to the end of our analysis for Skye at Holland. So stay tuned for the next project analysis. We are going to cover the next upcoming blockbuster also.
Yep.
Yeah.
We won't tell you what, but we will give you a sneak peek, but not today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll see you around. Okay. Bye.
Bye.